looks like we should be live now. Yep, the feed is present, or at least it's working. Now, I don't remember exactly. Hey, we don't have access to the log. Neat. Now this is the second set of chromatic doors. I was actually assuming that I was going to have access to the log here, which is why I was fine with doing that. Hold on just a second. I have a small sheet of notes somewhere. Whatever. I don't think this is actually the choice, so.
Oh, Sigma. Perfect timing.
You were here earlier, right?
Yeah, I was. Luna and I were the first into this room.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like, secret pathway or something.
You really think that's the kind of detail I'd have neglected to mention?
Anything else, then? Anything out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary? Well, I mean, everything about this room is out of the ordinary.
How about this?
Isn't that obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. Apparently it's got an article about a lunar eclipse. It says it's going to happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve, then?
Yeah. 6 days from now.
Wait, what did you say? What do you mean 6 days?
Well, today's Christmas, right? So.
Wait a minute. When were you grabbed?
Didn't you hear me? On Christmas. About 2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, did they pick you up on a different day?
Yeah.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
What about you?
I think it was the 20th.
Then we were all taken on different days.
That makes sense. It'd be difficult for organization purposes. Assuming that they have, you know, a relatively minimal number of people actually doing the kidnapping. It makes sense to have everything happen on different days. Does that mean we were just sleeping until the Nonary game started?
Maybe they kept us on a Soparil IV drip or something?
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you got the dosage right.
They apparently didn't with Clover, though. In theory. Then today might not even be the 25th. Could be that day of the lunar eclipse, could be past.
I think that's likely.
Yeah. Some of us were probably abducted after you.
Oh. Well, I guess that explains why I feel kind of dizzy.
You too? I felt disoriented since I woke up. My body doesn't feel right.
Maybe it's because we were asleep for so long. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
Then what day is today?
Beats me.
I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll need to get a calendar or something to find that one out. Except even that would probably not be that useful. Well, what about you guys? Was there anything interesting in the crew quarters? Or the infirmary?
Nothing in the quarters. Oh, well, there was a book about a cat.
A cat.
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive.
Ah, Schrodinger's cat. Well, doesn't really sound like something that's going to help us get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
How about the infirmary? Find anything interesting?
Well, actually, there was one thing.
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never came up.
You don't need to apologize. Just tell us what you found.
Well, see for yourself.
That is painful to look at. It's just readable enough that if I ever stare at it, my eyes are trying to read it. But man, that is a painful font to look at. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities. It's a newspaper article, looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What the hell? What's Radical 6?
Just read the article.
I swallowed and began to read. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised. Do you think we're in a quarantine facility?
You mean you think we got infected with this Radical 6 thing? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we don't know anything for sure. But look at us. We seem pretty healthy. Admittedly, I don't know what the symptoms of Radical 6 are. But if it's killing people worldwide, they must be horrific. Now, just look at this soft, lustrous skin. This perfect, shapely face. Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease? You want to touch it, don't you, boy? I can see it in your eyes. Go on. Try.
Well, I am feeling a little weird.
That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's a side effect of that drug. Besides, if this is where they ship people to quarantine them, don't you think there aren't enough, people? This thing is killing people all over the world, right? So why would there only be 9 of us here?
Yeah, I guess you do have a point.
Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play this nonary game. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game?
Also a good point, although actually, you know, realistically that's... Governments have done a lot of fucked up shit, so I'm not 100% sold on that one.
Yes, it is.
So, you're saying there's no connection between our abductions and this virus?
Probably not.
Well, it's still something we should remember, I suppose. I mean, even if we're safe in here, our friends and family are still out there.
That's true. I hope they're all right.
Wait a minute, when did this virus actually show up? Never heard of it
Neither
before.
have I.
Me either.
What day is it? If this Radical 6 killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep, just how long have we been here for?
I don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out. If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
Okay, I think I'll go look around a bit more then. I've already spent plenty of time here
Alice and I
anyway.
are gonna stick around. You know, just in case you miss something. Don't really feel like I can trust your eyes.
Whatever. I turned and headed for the exit. Where to next? I think I'm gonna head over to the crew quarters. Huh. So these are the crew quarters.
Oh, Sigma. What are you doing here?
Hey, come on, man. Don't be like that. We aren't enemies, are we?
I wonder.
What happened to you, Tenmyoji? You've been acting weird ever since we found that lady's
You
body.
think so? Well, you sure it ain't just all in your head?
Fine. Let's move on to something else then. You and Quark. Is he your, grandkid?
No.
Why? Well, I mean, why do you think? He keeps calling you Grandpa. Of course I'm gonna wonder what the deal is. We all got kidnapped and brought here, apparently for no reason. Now they're making us all play some sort of weird game. I'm just trying to find a little meaning in all this nonsense. That's it. Actually, it seems more like you're looking for a pattern, not necessarily real meaning. Tell me, Tenmyoji, are you really Quark's grandpa? Clover? Luna?
Where'd you come from?
Did you not want me here?
No, it's okay, I guess. I just thought Tenmyoji was the only other person here. This is the crew quarters. I came here with Clover and Tenmyoji. We decided we'd split up to investigate.
Well, makes sense. So, you find anything?
0.
What? Which one?
No, I meant I found 0 things.
What about you? Anything suspicious?
I didn't find anything either. Although, I guess you could say this whole facility is suspicious.
Yeah, you got a point there. Why do you think Zero put all these puzzles and such all over the place?
Well, maybe solving all of these puzzles is part of the Nonary game.
Really? I thought the Nonary game was... Whoops. That was me accidentally hitting the auto button. Thought the Nonary game was a couple rounds the AB game. Why would he need the puzzles and such then? What is the Nonary game then? Why is Zero making us do all this?
Well, this is just, speculation, but maybe it's for entertainment, so rich, powerful people can watch.
999 as Battle Royale. Entertainment.
They're probably off in an opulent theater, watching us struggle while they drink brandy and eat caviar.
Oh, you think so, huh? So some rich bastards killed her off for kicks. What kind of a death is that?
Well, maybe her dying didn't have anything to do with the rest of the game.
No. Kay was right. If her dying wasn't part of all this, the rabbit would have said something. But when we get nothing, just tells us to keep playing and disappears. I can only think of one reason he'd do that. Murdering her was always part of Zero's plans. Now, if you can think of another way all this fits, well, I'd love to hear it.
So you're saying that Zero Sr. is the one who murdered the old lady?
Now, it sure looks that way.
That means there's a 7 in 1 chance anybody could be the murderer.
Wait, 7?
Well, Alice and I can't be Zero.
Okay. I'll let the I part go, but you're gonna have to give me a little to convince me Alice can't be Zero.
What? Come on. Alice and I know each other. Well, how do you know each other? I guess you could say we're co-workers.
And where do you co-work?
Organization?
Not suspicious in the slightest here.
That's kind of vague. What kind of organization? That's... I can't tell you.
What? What do you mean you can't tell us?
I mean, I can't tell you. Just forget about it, okay? Why can't you tell us? Because it's confidential.
You know, it really does not help that I don't know who Clover's voice actor is. But this really sounds like we're talking to a teenager.
I promised I wouldn't tell.
Oh, come on, don't give me that. Look around you, Clover. You really think this is the time for playing it close to the chest?
Yeah. What if the people you work for have something to do with what's going on here? Yeah. You're right. Maybe I should tell you.
Finally.
Sorry, but I just don't really trust you guys. I mean, what if one of you is Zero? It could be any of you. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's enough about me and Alice. I just don't really feel like I can trust you guys. Maybe if that changes, then I can tell you. So, I guess I'll go now. Go? Where are you going? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Then I'll be going too. Fine.
There she goes. So Tenmyoji.
Save it. I don't trust you any more than she does.
In other words, you aren't going to tell me anything, are you?
Sorry.
I mean, being entirely fair about Clover, we don't know where Sigma works, and he's ostensibly the player character, so. I left Tenmyoji and headed back to the hallway. There were so many questions I wanted answers to, but it was looking like I'd have to suffer in ignorance for a while longer. Besides, there were plenty of more immediate problems that needed my attention. I sighed and filed my questions away to be dealt with later. I needed to focus. There was only one room I hadn't visited yet. I don't know why it actually gives us the option there. Especially since it doesn't let us do the log when we're looking at those options, which is really weird. Like, I'm not a huge VN player or anything, but that seems counterintuitive for a virtual novel. How's it going? You guys find anything?
Hello, Mr. Sigma.
Nothing yet.
Oh.
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
Why are you back here then?
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found. Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
Fly, please. Why would I kill this woman?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now. If we find more evidence in the future, that could change.
We were so busy earlier that I never got to ask, but do any of you know who she is?
Beats me. I've never seen her before.
I don't know her either.
Neither do I. Well, I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories, but there's no way to know, is there?
You still can't remember anything?
No. Not even a little, unfortunately.
You better be telling the truth about this amnesia stuff.
You suspicious of me too, Sigma?
Kinda difficult to not be suspicious. Suspicious. Have you looked in a mirror lately? You might as well have suspicious tattooed across your well, actually, he might have suspicious tattooed across his forehead. Tough to tell with that mask.
If someone ran into you on the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright.
Or maybe even during the day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for my frightening appearance.
Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. I mean, it's not your fault, right?
No, I suppose not.
Actually, we don't know that for sure. This could be how he dresses day to day.
Well, I assume not. But
But what?
I'm not sure why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and the suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural. I don't feel as though I was forced into it.
Are you saying this is how you always look?
No, I don't think that's it.
This might be a pretty obvious question, but is there any way for you to take it off?
No. I've tried several times, to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. But there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there is a switch or something similar?
And now we get to play Operation with Kay. With no further warning, he removed his robe and turned his back to us. Took no time at all to find something of interest. There's a hole there, in the back of your head.
A hole?
Yeah, it looks like you insert something. Like one of those little cabinet keys. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there... Well, actually, that would be a really large version of a cabinet key, wouldn't it?
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
I see. That's excellent news. We just need to find whatever it is that goes in there, then.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel somewhat relieved. I was beginning to fear I might have to spend the rest of my life like this.
Well, I mean, on the upside, it would at least be a fairly short life. It would not be a good life.
Wait, a minute ago you said that it felt natural.
Well, it does. But that doesn't mean I want to stay in it forever. Imagine having glasses, for instance. Wearing them doesn't feel strange, but you'd hardly want to wear them all the time, forever, would you?
I suppose that depends upon how bad your natural vision is. I mean, I wear mine basically constantly. But if I also had to wear them in a shower and while I was sleeping, that would really suck.
That's what wearing this suit is like. Well, I think that's enough about me. Shouldn't we be making our way back to the rendezvous?
Oh, shit. Totally forgot. Damn, we're already late.
All the more reason to move along.
Let's hurry. Come on.
Honest for a second, I suspect that my dissatisfaction with several of the voice actors, specifically the actors for Quark and Clover,
Chromatic doors have opened.
Mostly comes from, I would say it's probably would be poor direction. Inconsistency could be both on, well, actually Quark isn't because of inconsistency. Clover is because of inconsistency. But that might match up with however old she's supposed to be. I don't know how old she's supposed to be in this. Quark, I just don't. Might be appropriate for, 6 or 8 or however fucking old he's supposed to be.
5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
What the hell? You're late. What, you just thought you'd take your fucking time getting back?
Sorry.
Sorry's not gonna cut it. Did you forget how this works? I'm your partner. Any later, you'd have killed us both, especially me.
You should remember that too, Sigma. I can't go through without you. You got back in time, but you need to be more careful.
Okay.
Please stop fighting. This isn't the time for that. She's right, The doors have already opened. We need to hurry up and figure out our teams.
So, how should we pair up?
We're almost out of time. I'll just explain it as fast as I can. Just like before, there are only 3 possible combinations.
Yeah, as soon as one person chooses, everybody's teams are decided. The options Fi laid out for us were the following. Option A, Alice and I would pair up with Luna and go through the green door. Tenmyoji and Quark would pair up with Clover and open the blue door, and Phi and Dio would pair up with Kay and open the red door. Honestly, as long as I'm not paired up with Clover, I don't really give that much of a shit. I like the voice acting for both Luna and Kay. Option B, the worst stuff. Or no. I was looking up at the top. I would pair up with Kay and go through the blue door. Tenmyoji and Quark would pair up with Luna and open the red door. Phi and Dio would pair up with Clover and open the green door. Option C, Alice and I and Clover would pair up and go through the red door. Tenmyoji and Quark would pair up with Kay and open the green door, and Phi and Dio would pair up with Luna and open the blue door.
3 minutes remain until...
Alright, so what are we doing?
Oh? Why not?
We'd end up playing against each other in the next AB game. Last time, you betrayed Clover. How am I supposed to know you won't do the same to me? You can't be trusted.
How unfortunate. To be honest, however, I would rather not go with you either.
Yeah? Why's that?
Well, you only have 1 BP left. I very much doubt you'll choose to ally in the next round. Even if you promised me you would choose to ally, I'd be in a non-desirable situation. You see, I wouldn't be able to choose to betray. If I did, and you were true to your word and allied, then I would kill you. So there you are. That is why I do not wish to be paired with Tenmyoji. Of course, for the same reason, I would rather not be paired with Alice.
That's not a problem. Sigma and I will be taking Clover. Trust
No.
her more than any of the rest of you.
Yep. I want to go with Alice, too.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't I get a say in this?
I would like to go with Sigma or Phi. They chose Ally last time.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I'm Phi's partner. You should pair up with us. Sound good?
No.
I am also opposed to that choice.
If Alice and Clover pair up, and Luna and Dio pair up, the rest of us don't have a choice. We'll be stuck with Phi's option C.
I believe I mentioned before that I do not wish...
And I don't want to go with Kay either.
What the hell are we supposed to do?
1 minute remains until chromatic
Well, it sounds like I might get my preferred option of sticking with Luna. What's wrong, Quark?
It's all over. This is it. We're all gonna die.
Are you all right?
No. No. That's not it. Don't you get it? We aren't gonna die. We have to die. We have to die here. All of us.
What the hell? Oh, snap out of it, kid. Oh, come on, Quark, talk to me.
No, I'm fine.
I don't know, for some reason this is all a bit off, given that the rest of the thing has had, you know, at least pantomiming voice acting.
You're the crazy ones.
Although I think that's, it was probably accurate for the Japanese voice acting. I think this is a port of the Vita version.
Getting so serious about this stupid game. We should just stop. End this. End all of it. End everything.
We need to get him to the infirmary.
No,
Bit late for that.
we don't have time.
30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
We don't have a choice. Quark's with me. I'll carry him through.
But we still haven't figured out who's going where.
I can't afford to be picky anymore. Someone just choose. I don't care who.
Sigma, you have to choose. Please, just do it.
Because Sigma has to choose, because otherwise the player wouldn't get a choice.
Time left.
9, 8, 7.
I swallowed. Alice, and I will. Alice, Luna, the green door.
Right.
I'm coming.
They both took off for the door, and I followed at a run. Glanced back over my shoulder in time to see the others head into their respective doors. Phi, Dio, and Kay ducked into the red door, just as Tenmyoji carried Quark through the blue door, Clover right on his heels.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Whoa. Is this a dead end?
All three doors seem to be locked.
That's unfortunate.
What's this thing here?
It looks like the device next to the number 9 door.
Why don't you try pulling the lever?
May as well. Look at the door on the right. That doesn't make sense. Why would just the one on the right open? How do you open the other two?
You're probably just overthinking it.
Yeah, it's probably just pulling the lever again.
That door opened. That means we're going through it. Bring it on. Don't go
But-
soft on me now. I'll leave you behind.
Come on, Sigma, let's go.
Gollum Bay. Okay, and looks like this is going to be where the puzzle section is, which is going to be real confusing on stream.
It is kind of confusing, isn't it? What is it for?
Well, I think it looks like some sort of workroom.
If you say so. We should split up and search it.
We need to find, key cards with moon symbols on them, right?
Yes. They should be somewhere in this room.
In a safe, most likely. Alright, let's get to it. Seek a way out. Hey, it's a body. Or a mannequin type thing. What the heck's this guy? Maybe it's an Egyptian mummy. Why? What? Any way you look at it, it's a robot. Then maybe it's a robot. There's no maybe about it. I can't imagine it's anything else. You're kidding, right? That's insane. Well, what do you think it is? Just a well-made mannequin. Chevron block. A radio. Got an antenna. Do you think it could be a radio? Well, why don't you try turning it on? Yeah, tried that. Nothing happens. Maybe the batteries are dead. What is it? I don't think it runs on batteries. There's an electrical socket on the side here. So you're saying it needs a power cable. Well, that's useful. I was wondering what the hell that socket was. What is... Looks like a puddle of some kind. What is this? Feels kind of greasy. Maybe it's oil? Okay. Robot-y thing. I don't think it's just a crash test dummy or something of the sort. I was actually trying to get what the, looks like a stethoscope up at the top is. Okay, so this is what the chevrons are going to be used for. What's this thing? It's shaped like a star. Maybe you need to put something into it. Something that's shaped like a star, I'm assuming? Okay, what is preventing us from just turning around here? Well, here's a button. Doesn't this button seem suspicious? Yeah. Most of the buttons are boring or just incomprehensible, but this one speaks to me. What does it say? Come on, a big red button on a plate with black and yellow stripes. It couldn't scream, "Don't press me" any louder if it said, "Don't press me" on it. Is it a self-destruct button? Maybe the moment we press it, we'll hear a soft hiss and the room will start to fill up with poisonous gas. What if it launches a missile? I don't know. That seems a little... Yeah. Hey. What are you doing? It's okay. There's no way anything really dangerous would just be right out here. I'm pretty sure Zero Senior wants us to play through this whole game. Wouldn't make sense to just kill us in one of these rooms. Maybe. But that's just your opinion. You could be wrong. Well, I guess so. Why the hell did you... Hey. Calm down. Nothing happened, so there's nothing to get mad about, right? You heard that noise though, right? Like something trying to start up? Okay, so that looks like that's just the entirety of... Why is there a Oh, it's not actually a laptop. It just looks like that from the side. Pretty old keyboard. Looks like it's been used quite a bit. Nothing happens if we try typing on it. Well, I think that's because this cable's unplugged. Desk with some drawers. PC monitor and keyboard on it. This computer. Imagine it's built into the monitor. Kinda hard to see in this light, but there's a single cable coming out from the back of it. Is it a power cable? I think so. Maybe we can connect to something with an electrical socket. Have you seen anything like that, Sigma? God damn it. and plug this cable into the radio. Perfect. Guess it's nice we plug the radio in, but what do we do with it now? Well, why don't you try tuning it? What? You need to adjust it so it's picking up a specific frequency. Maybe we'll hear something. Exactly. If we get really lucky, maybe it can pick up transmissions from outside. Press the tuning buttons until you match the desired frequency. Press the check button to test your solution. You must press the tuning buttons exactly 4 times. Pressing the check button before then will do nothing. Right. See what I can do. Well, we've not found anything associated with that. Okay, well I gave it a shot. What frequency am I supposed to tune it to, though? Guess it's not going to do us much good unless we know that, huh? You're probably right. Let's see if we can find any clues. Okay. My thinking would be that it's something up there, but it's shown a few times that it's not really anything. White jacket. Oh look, there's something in the pocket. Another chevron block. Is this a binder? Single piece of paper in here. Looks like a list. Frequency list. Good to know. Doctor's coat. Would you like me to put it on? Oh, why? Just thought you might be into that kind of thing. What? I don't know what you're talking about. See? Bullseye. Look at you, all bashful. You can be cute when you're embarrassed. Okay, so the whole thing, vertical and otherwise, is just a single white jacket in here. Looks like there's something on the lapel. Name tag. Harold. ID 11010. That looks important. Poster, huh? It's a little unsettling. Maybe it's a clue. Yeah, let's take it. And the final chevron block. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. And for some reason, this, I don't know, football-shaped thing doesn't actually do anything when we click on it. Whoa, anybody else feel dizzy all of a sudden? No, that was just your imagination. Yeah, right, whatever. What the heck is this? No idea, which makes it pretty useless to us. Maybe I could... What are you going to do with that? How about this? Nope. Are you serious? Maybe I could try hitting something with it. What would you hit? Maybe there's something in here? I don't think so. Okay. Okay. Game, you conveniently ignored that I want that little clip. Looks like an old workbench. Somebody left a lot of junk here. There's a toolbox on top of it, and something blue. Oh. That's a... It's a battery. Thin ones like this are usually used for notebooks. Toolbox. Got a key in it. Oh, that's odd. What is it? Key? It obviously goes to this keyhole, but it won't turn. Can you get it out? Let me see. It's with the key. It's completely rusted. No wonder it won't turn. We roll it around a little bit. Oh, I don't think that's going to do anything. Kinda looks like a stage. Yeah, like for disco? Really? Disco? What's disco? What? Who knows? Not me. Huh. So let's put our star in here. Huh? That's odd. Why won't it fit? Star-shaped block? Yeah. Same shape and everything. Well, maybe it's not the right size. Guess so. Looks like this block is a little bit too big to fit. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, we Got that frequency list. So 110101 is 400 hertz. Oh, that is weird. What? What was that noise? Look, the monitor. It reacted to the noise from the radio and turned on. So it's some kind of voice recognition system then. Looks that way, yes. There's something on the screen. This is, I think it's a blueprint of the room. Found an image of the room layout, you can review it in the archive. Well, that seems important. Okay. So this is the on-off, which would mean it's this one in the back is what it's pointing to. And this is V, whatever the fuck V means. Assuming I'm right. Red button in the center of the console. Let's try pushing it one more time. There it is again. What is that? I wonder what's making it. Whatever it is, doesn't sound like it's working right. It sounded kind of like didn't have enough juice or something. Oh, okay. Wait. Just switches and buttons here. I have no idea what all this stuff is. What do these buttons do? Probably shouldn't press any of them just to be safe. Where the fuck do we put that battery in? Really weird that it makes sure you can't actually see half the stuff that looks interesting. Damn it, guess it's no good. Key's too rusty to turn, huh? Yeah, looks like it. What happens if we combine it with the star? Okay. Or literally anything else we have. Oh, and that little passageway is there as well. Both sides of the room have a long platform. It looks kind of like a stage. Was there anything we missed up here? Doesn't look it since we are just getting the oh, what I thought was a folder originally is a part of the door. These things. I think these all just say the same thing now. Did I miss something over here? Let's come up on top of it. What's that going to accomplish? Okay, yeah, pushing down on it doesn't seem to do anything. Doesn't help that, like, these two items, which are, as well as the wheel, which are the things I'm kinda interested in, don't do anything. part of the central console. Switches and dials everywhere. 0 cents. Doesn't look like we're gonna open it. It's probably locked. I don't see a keyhole anywhere. Oh, there's a keyhole on the top one. No good. Won't open. Is it locked? Yeah. Keyhole here, so we could probably get it open if we find a key that fits. Oh, okay, so combine this tablet with that battery. Oh. Huh? Runs from the tablet. Is it broken? Part of the back seems to be held on by screws. I bet that's where the batteries go. Well, where the fuck is the screwdriver? Nothing left inside. Let's check out the robot. You remember that blueprint thing we found? Yeah, dude, there's a red X on it, wasn't there? Exactly. And don't you think that the spot X was indicating was right around here? What, you've forgotten already? Come on, at least try to remember. Yeah, it was like the back of the... Oh, is that referring to... I mean, because that's about where it was. There's a button up here. Maybe you should press it. Right, here it goes. Okay. Look, its eyes. They're glowing red. Does that mean it's on? Okay, well. Nope. Not getting anything except a weird noise. It was worth a shot. Nothing's happening. Oh. Let's see if the star needs some oil as well. Oh, here we go. From the blueprint we saw in the computer. I think X must refer to this spot. That means there's an important clue here, right? I'd imagine so. Doesn't look very important. All that's here is the puddle of oil. How about trying to wipe it off? Wipe it off? Yeah, maybe there's something under it. Okay. Yeah, we don't have anything to wipe it off. Maybe that's what's in the toolbox. Although that's more likely to be the screwdriver. I guess it worked. Lock's open. Yeah, let's have a look inside then. Bunch of stuff in here. Might as well have a look. A bottle of detergent and a screwdriver and a silver key. Ah, I know what that's for. Yes, it worked. Now open it. Hold on, no need to rush me. This is what the star is for. Yes, fits perfectly. Did you just hear a noise? Yeah, from the middle drawer. Middle one, huh? Is this a handle? Look at the end of the shaft. It's the same shape as that block we made. Maybe it fits in the star-shaped hole. Okay. Oh, and that's not the right spot. Combine this with the tablet. Combine the tablet with the battery. And then let's use the tablet. So you put a battery in there, huh? Yeah, still doesn't do anything. Maybe you don't have enough. Enough what? Do I have to spell it out? Batteries. Look at the indentation there. Pretty sure it can hold more than one. Yeah, okay. Let's use the detergent here. Oh, are you going to use that detergent to clean up the oil? Sounds like a good idea, but I don't think the detergent by itself is going to be enough. You need something to wipe it up with. But putting the detergent on a rag or something seems like that would be easier. Okay. Perfect. Think you can turn it? Yeah, give me a sec. What the hell? Something coming down from the ceiling. Those are... more mannequins. One of them's wearing shorts. Oh my god. They look like that thing on the table. Robots. Why are you wearing shorts? This one's wearing boxers. Yeah, looks like it. Why would a robot be wearing underwear? Maybe he's hiding something. Hiding what, though? Like a diary or something? Why the hell would you hide a diary in your crotch? Okay, well, maybe he's got a hose or something. Whoa, damn, way to cut to the chase there. Whatever, we'll know as soon as we get them off. Remove these shorts of obfuscation and let us gaze upon it, this so-called hose. Aren't you getting a little too excited about this? Alright, here goes. Luna, I haven't done anything yet. He's still decent. Besides, when you covered your face, you opened your fingers so you could see out. How old are you? You two are driving me nuts. I'll just take them off. Huh? Is that it? Looks just like the other robots. I'll let down. The hell were you hoping for? So that's our rag. Okay, here goes. Gonna wipe up the oil with the boxers, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, go for it. Okay, 120 volts. Good, looks like it's clean now. Wonder what this is. There's something written here that the oil was covering up. But... Hey, that's a battery. Okay, the power's on. Showing something. Authentication screen, maybe? Probably has some sort of security lock. Enter the password and press the enter button on the right. Well... Oh. Okay. No good. Can't figure it out. Need some sort of clue. This came down with the robots, huh? Yep. Got a pipe running out of it toward them. I have a feeling that means there's a connection there. Apply the correct voltage by connecting the wires. You can begin anywhere on the left and finish anywhere on the right. You can rotate a wire by clicking its corresponding square. Number in the middle of each wire indicates the voltage of that wire. Okay, so let me just give this a try. So I know we're trying to get to 120. Oh, that's... Oh, I think I see what it is. I'm just not sure how to get there. That's 85, but... Ah. Well... That's a problem. Okay. Well, we're not going to get it from that. Indeed, I don't think there's any way to use the 35 and have it work out. Well, maybe I'm... There we go. Good job, Sigma. You're amazing. Fallen... what? Power distribution complete. Reboot sequence complete. Please press the power button located on the console. Whoa, what was that? I'm not sure. Better do what it says, though. And that shows white to denote that it is finished. And that's actually probably very annoying to look at. Announcement just now was about this button. You guys ready? I'm gonna push it. Yeah. I'm ready. Same here. Go for it. Alright. And there. That was underwhelming. Did it work? Ah, look. Their eyes. Eyes? All of... oh. Hey. Okay. But we need to... Okay, so the ones on the left are the top, the ones on the right are the bottom. I can't see the rightmost there. 1-0. Except I think I had that wrong anyway. Oh, and this is going to be reverse, so left to right. so BEA, the beacon of... Oh. You did it, Sigma. You got through the login. Beacon of hope. Optimistic. Sure. Sure, look at the screen. Is this a password for the safe? You found a safe password. Well, obviously. Let's look at that poster again. What are the other ones? REM I NI Reminiscence? I may have that wrong. Okay. Expected as much. Good work, I'm impressed. What's our prize? I wonder. The screen's changed. Huh? This looks different. The symbols have changed. They're in different places. Found a safe password. So... we have both of those. Neither of which was, well, that difficult. This is safe, right? Looks like the ones in the AB room and the lounge. Yeah, this one is embedded in the table. The door looks the same. Probably works like the others then. I just need a password to open it. Well. This one's good to check for me as a reminder. Because I can never remember which color's supposed to be which, and I didn't finish that first room. Okay, so star, top right, top left, and bottom center. That gets us a gold file. You did it, good work. Well done. The attitude, never mind that. Let's just see what's inside. And actually, I never did check those. Oh, that is all. That's actually a lot of stuff there. There's 16 rooms. Good to know. Nothing left inside. Oops. Okay. Oops. That's also not the right thing. Star in the top left and bottom right corner, and sun in the top right. Sorry about that. Oh, it opened again. Wonder what's inside this time. That looks like the key. Probably actually make sure I'm pointing at the right thing on stream. That looks like the key that is necessary for opening Kay's hat, helmet, head. What's inside this time? Well, first and foremost are the key cards. It's good, isn't it? Better than having nothing, at least. Let's go through them one by one. First we've got a map. Sorry about hitting the mic there. It says floor B. The map we found in the lounge said floor A on it. We took the elevator down to get here, so floor A must be the upper floor. Yeah. I'll keep going. There's still a lot there. These must be the Ambidex key cards. They have a picture of the moon on them. This must be what the announcer was talking about then. We've got two of them, just like with the sun cards. You should take one, Luna. Why? You're Solo. Alice and I can keep the other. Oh, of course, thank you. Alright, so what's next? Looks like a note. Here's some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. Not an option. If the parents Solo of a color both refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. Everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. And that's just saying... So all 3 of us can't abstain. There has to be at least 1 vote. Why would there be a rule like that? It seems pointless. I think Zero Senior wants to make sure people are actually playing the game, regardless of the situation. What sort of situation are you talking about? Well, it could be anything, really. As people die. Whatever. We've only got 2 things left. What's this thing? Looks like some sort of plug. Key. I guess you insert in something and twist. Did you see anything it could fit into? Yeah, the back of Kay's head. Even if we did, does it really matter at this point? What? Look in the safe. What's the last thing in there? A key. Is that the key to the exit? Pretty sure it is. We can get out now. Key we found in the safe should open the exit. Man, that name tag was useful for exactly 1 puzzle. That really sucked. Like, the radio thing seemed like it was gonna be neat. And then it's, nope. Just hit 1 button 4 times. That blows. Awesome, let's... Wait, what should we do about the plug? Fine. Guess I'll hold on to it. I doubt we'll need it, but you never know. Sounds good? Let's go. Nothing left inside. What are you doing? It's the door we came in through. No point in going back out there. Find this closed chromatic door. Lock for the door. Right now it says lock. Does it? You know, from our angle, I'm not real sure we can see anything on it. You guys ready? I'm going to open the door. Go ahead. All set. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Now, hold up, Governor.
Was that you, Luna?
No.
You
Alice?
honestly think a voice that coarse could come from a throat as fine as this?
Oh, yeah, that was me, mate. Oi, over here.
Sigma, look! What is that?
Oh, blimey, that hurts.
Why would a robot be in pain?
Ain't right for a fellow's back to feel like this.
It's a robot.
Talking.
Yeah, indeed.
With an accent.
Yeah, it was probably made by somebody who likes that accent.
Can't help it, Flower. Didn't choose to talk like this, not by half. Now, Alice, darling, do I rightly recollect you characterising my speech as coarse? Why, that's right cruel, it is. You really think I asked for this? See, they figured they give us all a, what you call them, personality. Some tosser thought they'd give me this one. It ain't right, I tell you.
I don't know, I like the robot personality more than I like Alice's outfit, which is, you know, like half of her personality, so.
Cooper.
Yeah, if you're a baramaker, I'm an astronaut.
You are, my old son. Right, you. Well, go on, have a butcher's, mate. What do I look like to you? Robot, you say? Well, nearly there, but they call us golems round here.
Gollum?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what the little file we found did say.
Golems. They're sort of monsters, I guess, from Jewish folklore. They're made from clay, and they look like men. They're supposed to do whatever their master, or creator, or whatever commands them to do.
Well, aren't you a clever bird?
Yeah, and they have specific words on, I think it's on the forehead? Although I don't suppose it really matters where it is.
You are, of course, correct. The Golem of Myth is a clay creation that moves under its own power. Our spellings are might different, though. The original blokes are spelt Golem, but me and me mates are Gaulem. That's an acronym for General Purpose Autonomous Labour Electronic Machine.
Okay, so it's a shitty acronym.
The truth to tell, it's a bit rubbish when you write it out all like that, but I figure they wanted to make sure they had the Golem thing in there, you know, what with us being robots and all.
So... should I just call you Gollum?
That don't seem quite kosher. After all of me mates here are golems too. I couldn't very well call all of you lot human, could I?
What should we call you then?
Well, we've all got a product ID, and they're unique. I figure that's as good a name as any.
And your ID is?
GTM-CM-G-OLM.
That's way too long. We can't remember that.
What? You taking a mickey out of me? Never had a problem myself. Right then, let's just use the last bit.
Golm?
Gollum.
Come on, man. That's just Gollum.
Well, I'll be buggered. Can't say I ever noticed that before. Sure, it's a strange coincidence, isn't it?
Alright, Gollum, you said Alice, darling, a little bit ago, right?
A gentleman can't say something nice to a pretty young bird, eh?
No, I don't care if you call her darling. What I'm saying is you called her Alice. How'd you know her name?
Oh, she ain't the only one of you lot whose name I know. I know who you are, Sigma, and you too, Luna. I'm right familiar with all 9 of you.
How?
You don't know? Oh, they got cameras all over this place. Well, then again, the lenses aren't much bigger than a screw. And they're all hidden away, so I suppose I can't really blame you for missing them, you know? Now, as I was saying, there were these cameras, you see.
Presumably also microphones.
And all of the data they record gets sent off to the mainframe in real time. So, I just gave the main core a ring, got those videos, and now I know everything you've done.
Then...
Does that mean...
You're Zero Jr.?
Cool, blimey. Are you bleeding serious? What? You gotta be off your box if you think I'm Young Master Zero. The Young Master is a right proper AI what supervises all the electronic bits and bobs in this place. My humble self, and those with the misfortune to be like me, are more akin to computer terminals who are merely borrowing a little bit of the central core.
So Gollum are kind of like Zero Jr.'s servants.
No, not quite, Governor, not quite. I'd say me and me mates here are more like arms and legs, right? Now, you lot don't have brains in your arms and legs, do you?
Of course not.
Right you are, missus. It'd be all sorts of nasty if your elbows and that lumpy bit on your ankle was all packed with brains. Well, we're like your arms or legs. The Golem's seat of consciousness, so to speak, ain't in the head. Fact of the matter is, it's not anywhere in the body, which makes a fellow wonder, where is it?
In the mainframe?
Spot on. So that part of me what thinks is in the mainframe. Everything this here body sees and hears and what have you, that all gets sent back there.
Then the mainframe does some sort of computery jiggery pokery and comes up with some decisions, and those decisions beget commands. And those commands are sent over the wireless like boop, 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 and eventually my body picks them up. Finally, those commands cause actions what move the various bits in my body. That's why this thing's like a computer terminal, you see. The body's just an output device of sorts. If we were talking about one of them personal computers here, you could say a golem's kind of like a monitor, right?
Huh? Wait a minute. Then wouldn't that make you part of
Well, I suppose you could say that. What with us sharing the mainframe, but I don't know shit all about this game he's running. That part of the mainframe's locked away from the rest of us. I'm an independent core. Zero and I are two different blokes. You recollect what Golem stands for, huh? I'm autonomous.
But if that's the case, your hands and feet analogy doesn't really make sense. My arms and legs aren't autonomous. They don't just move on their own.
Sure, Governor. I watched you cross your arms just now. And now you're frowning and your forehead's getting all wrinkly. Do you do these things on purpose? Well, when you crossed your arms, were you thinking, right then, let's cross them, shall we? Curl on down then, mouth. Oh, and eyebrows. I'd be much obliged if you'd squeeze in a bit. There's a good pair of blokes. That's what you was thinking, innit? No? Then I figured you did all of that subconsciously. Ain't no man on earth who says to himself, feeling a mite nervous, I'll just twitch me leg around a bit, you know? Who's thinking real hard about something and says to themselves, well, I think I'll just give the old loaf a scratch, that'll help. How's about when you reach for your tea? When you turn a page in your book? Or what about when your eyes just go straight for the pair on that bird you fancy? Yeah, the list goes on, me chums. But all of those things are your subconscious at work. Now, true, when part of your body does something, it's because your brain said so. But that don't mean your conscious mind is involved. Fact is, it can't be. If your brain had to deal with all the piddly bits of living, it'd make you balmy. That's how us golems and the young master get along. You got it all sorted now, chums?
Then you're saying that Zero Jr. is the central part of the mainframe, and the golems are like his...
He literally just said that.
Righto. Blimey. Guess I shouldn't be talking about such heavy rubbish, eh? My shoulders are all stiff.
You're a robot. How can your shoulders get stiff?
And you said your back hurt earlier. Are you just messing with us?
Yes, I did. And no, I ain't. My back is all right, Max, it is. Last maintenance check, they just left me here. I've been on this bed here for years.
What?
The lubricant for me joints is all gummed up. Every time I move, it hurts.
But why did you wake up again after all this time?
Why do you think, love? 'Cause you lot turned me on is why. Especially that other missus over there.
Oh yeah, that button on top of the safe.
Right you are, Governor.
Can you come with us then? The others need to see this.
No, I can't, and more's a pity. I can only go as far as this cable here will let me. I got internal batteries, but they're knackered. Matter of fact, that's why I was here for maintenance in the first place. The same goes for these other blokes too. Of course, they ain't connected to a power cable like I am, so they aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
I see. So, you aren't going to answer my question?
What question is that?
I asked you how your shoulders can get stiff if you're a robot.
Right, so you did. Not sure why you've got to bug up your arse about that particular issue, though.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not really important, but... I'm just curious, I suppose.
Curious, are you? Oh, that's a good word, that is. A good, powerful word. The kind of word that will set any robot's heart aflutter. Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Just lend me your laws of peers for a tick. So, how can a robot get stiff shoulders? And what does pain mean to a robot? Tell me, Guff, you ever heard of the Chinese room?
Without waiting for an answer, Gollum launched into his explanation. Also, that Chinese room was again referenced in the gold file. Somewhere, a pretty young girl's trapped in a tiny room. The door in the room has a slot that a number of Chinese people outside the room can use to slide slips of paper to the girl. On the pieces of paper, questions were written, naturally, in Chinese. Unfortunately, the young lady has no idea what the questions say. Then how could she? She's never learned Chinese. Apart from a Hong Kong action movie or two in college, she's never even heard it. I'm sitting here going, man, that's actually kind of relatable. Except it was high school. I was super into Hong Kong blood operas at the time. So, for this unfortunate young lady, each note looks like nothing more than a bunch of strange symbols. Before she was locked away, she was given an order. Specifically, she was told to write an appropriate response to each question she received, slip that answer back through the slot. Once the Chinese questions began to show up, however, she finds herself at a loss. Oh dear, she says to herself, why can't I read these at all? Why I can't read these at all? Whatever am I to do? This is at that moment she spots a bookshelf. The bookshelf is filled with thick books. On examining them, she discovers that they're some sort of Chinese phrase books. They have no explanation of what anything means, but show Chinese responses to Chinese questions. Am I supposed to use these? The questions keep coming. More and more and more of them. She finds a set of characters that correspond to the set of characters on the paper and carefully writes out the indicated response. How's it going? It's awful. Please get me out of here. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Here they give her some twice cooked pork. Are you full? Yes, although I don't think my stomach liked it very much. You have a boyfriend? Yes, I'm dating a reggae dancer. When was your first kiss? When I was 14. He was a grade ahead of me in school. What color of underwear are you wearing? Black. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get out of this room? Eat the stuffing out of whoever's sending me these questions with the pan that you cooked that twice cooked pork in. All of these questions were written in Chinese, and the answers were also written in Chinese. All the young lady did was accurately copy the symbols from the phrase books onto the slips of paper, with no idea of what any of it meant. Incidentally, she doesn't have an answer boyfriend. In fact, she's never even kissed a boy, and she's wearing white underwear. Anyway.
Yes?
Yes?
Is there any particular reason this girl is, pretty? Or why we need to know what color underwear she's wearing?
Perverts.
Can't say there is. This tickles me fancy, I guess.
When in doubt, the answer is always perverts.
But the prettier the bird is, the more fun the story is, isn't it?
Like I said, it's always safe to assume perverts. Protagonist character in this case. Exactly.
What?
What?
Right. Well, what I wanted to say was this. All them Chinese blokes outside the room didn't know nothing about them books what she had. So it follows that they would have thought whoever was inside spoke Chinese just like them. You see? After all, far as they can tell, they're having a nice little chinway with one of their countrymen.
Okay, interesting. But what does that have to do with your shoulders? Or a robot feeling pain?
You thick? I feel pain when my body's having a spot of bother. Well, hold up, mate, this ain't right. We keep this up and we're buggered. If things go really pear-shaped, we'll be brown bread. So says the central computer to itself, seeing that things are a bit bollocksed. In the interest of extricating my body from this unpleasant predicament, the mainframe sends out a signal over the wireless, and my software interprets that signal as pain, and I stop doing whatever daft thing I was doing. It's the same, innit? Just like the Chinese room.
So you're saying the robots feel pain differently than humans, right?
Use your loaf, miss. You listen to a word. A human feels pain when you do something you shouldn't, like sit your bum down on a tack, right?
Well, to a certain extent, but there's also, arthritis and things of that nature where, yeah, you're hurting, but you can't necessarily do anything about it.
Same thing for us robots. if you feel like being clever about it, there ain't really that much different between a human and a robot. Forget all about that mainframe and signal bollocks. And us golems ain't that different from the bird in the room. So think about it, love. How do you know humans ain't the same, just without all the electronic-y pony, huh? What if, when someone asks you a question, all you're doing is pulling out the right answer from some sort of phrase book in your brain?
Isn't that how most people respond to the question of, how's it going?
Ain't no way to prove that, of course, but far as I can see, there ain't no reason to. I mean, it's all the same, innit? If you're actually a thinking creature, or if you're just some kind of language processing machine. All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person. You want to live a normal life? That's all you...
Hey, can I ask you something? Why'd you stop us?
Right you are, mate, right you are. Got so carried away I near forgot. Haven't seen anyone for yonks, and I got a mite excited as all.
Just spit it out.
Right. Well, there was something I wanted to tell you, lot.
What was it?
Patience, darling. Now, I know I might look a bit out of sorts in a moment, but I ain't really supposed to. Same thing for the rest of the blokes here. Fact is, the reason we look a bit like skeletons is because we are a bit like skeletons. There's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes us look right human, it does.
The only thing that really feels off about this... accent. Is it sounded like he said skeleton instead of skeleton.
Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
Command violation. Rogue processes detected. Product ID GTMCMGOLM. Executing emergency deactivation. Unit GTMCMGOLM. Now inactive.
Interesting.
No other rogue processes detected in additional Golem platforms. Returning to surveillance mode.
Did Zero just shut him down?
It looks like it.
Damn it.
I wonder what he was trying to tell us.
See, right in the middle of...
Right in the middle. Hey, that doesn't say middle. Right in the middle of what?
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Hey, so
5 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
somebody opened one of those gates.
Someone on the
What
other
the hell?
team must have opened it.
Shit, why would they do that?
Hurry!
Right, let's go. I will say that one of the nice things about the scaling being messed up is I can have the mouse on screen provided it's in the right part of the screen and not worry about it accidentally showing up and blocking something for the stream purpose. But of course it makes the puzzles kind of difficult to see what I'm doing. pushed through the magenta door and ran into the warehouse. There stood Phi, Dio, and Kay. Hey, what the hell, guys?
Why did you open the AB gate before everyone got back?
I apologize. We only turned away for a moment.
Dio opened it.
What a surprise.
You got a problem with that?
Of course we do.
Why? I don't remember us all promising we wouldn't open the thing until everyone showed up.
This isn't about promises. Are you stupid or just an asshole?
Probably both. We were able to get back here in time. But what about the others? And Myoji, Quark, and Clover are still out there somewhere. What were you planning to do if they didn't get back in time?
Nothing. Why would I have to do anything? Didn't you hear the voice? Anybody who doesn't get back in time to vote just gets their vote automatically set to ally. Seems pretty straightforward to me. So what if they don't get back in time? They'll all get set to ally and all three of them will get 2 BP. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Tenmyoji's only got 1 BP. I figure he'll be pretty happy to get 2 more. And that'll put Quark and Clover up close to 9. So that's not too bad for them either. In other words, they ought to be thanking.
Didn't you guys find a note?
What? What's this?
We found it in our safe. Read it.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, 1 person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. What the hell, man? This wasn't in our room. Back me up here, guys.
He's right.
There was no such note in our safe.
Oh, well, damn. That's a... I'd never have opened the gate if I'd known about... Of course.
I'm worried about the others. If time runs out,
They'll be penalized, yes.
I know.
Quark is part of that team. Maybe something happened with him.
He seemed a little off before we headed into the chromatic doors.
This is bad.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's Alice? She was here just a minute ago. Took me only a moment to spot her. She was several yards away, kneeling down to look at something on the floor. What she was looking at, I couldn't tell. About to head over and see what was going on when... Interesting. I'll be right back. Probably should not do that with the... As I was saying, I should not do that with the automatic or the key commands I have set up, because control, which is one of the keys for switching scenes I have, also sets this to auto, which is bad, especially if I'm stepping away to stretch.
Quark!
Whoa, hey guys.
Has Quark been here?
Did something happen to him?
He disappeared!
What? Disappeared? What do you mean?
I mean, he's gone! We can't find him anywhere! When was the last time you saw him?
We were heading back here.
Tenmyoji Tenmyoji and I went into the lounge, but Quark didn't follow us.
We turned around and started calling for him, but
When he didn't respond, we ran back the way we'd come.
And you couldn't find him?
right.
We thought maybe he just hadn't seen us go into the lounge.
So we checked the crew quarters and the infirmary.
But he wasn't there either.
All right, we need to split up. If we can't find him in any of the floor A rooms, we'll move to floor B.
Okay. I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead.
Right. You do that. So, checking out the crew quarters first. Game. Hey, Quark. Quark! He's not here. I checked both rooms.
He's not in the other two either. There's no one here.
Tenmyoji and Kay are in the lounge, and Dio and Luna should be checking the infirmary.
Okay, let's leave that to them and head to floor B.
You went through the red door with Dio and Kay, right?
Yeah, so?
What was on the other side of that door?
Want to see it?
Yeah. Maybe Quark went there.
Fine. Follow me.
Pantry, huh? This
The
is
pantry.
pantry?
That drawer over there is stuffed with processed food. Wasn't half bad, actually.
You ate it?
Yeah. There was some paella, nasi goreng, schnitzel, yukejang, borscht, and tom kha gai. Oh, and I ate the chef's pasta, too.
That's a lot of food.
Help it. I'm a growing girl.
How old are you?
20, I think.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just stop. I don't even know where to start here. 1. By the time you hit 20, you're done growing. 2. You think. You should be old enough to know how old you are. 3. How on earth are you 20? You look like you're 13 if you're a day. I can't believe you're only 2 years younger than me.
Now that's funny. You must have done a lot of drugs to look like that at 22.
Oh, give me a break, you little punk.
Don't call me little. I'm an adult, you dried up asshole.
Fine, whatever. This place has enough food to keep people alive for a few years, huh? Looks like this stuff isn't going to expire anytime soon.
Yeah. The use-by date is about 100 years from now.
What? What about water?
There's a tank over there. It looks like they're pulling it out of some kind of well.
Is it safe?
Well, since Dio isn't rolling around on the floor in agonizing pain, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's okay.
actually not a great indication. You made him drink it to make sure it was safe?
I guess you could say that.
So you ate all the food without a second thought, but the water struck you as possibly dangerous?
No, I was careful with the food too. Dio had some of it first, and it seemed fine, so I... Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
I ate something else. Twice cooked pork.
What? Oh, for God's sake. Why the hell are you shouting about that? Wait a minute. Twice cooked pork?
What is it?
That just reminded me of something.
Reminded you of what?
This might seem hard to believe.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Come on, at least let me tell you first. Alright. I explained how we'd found a room called the Golem Bay on the other side of the green door. How we'd met a robot there named Gollum who told a very interesting story. Okay, so the never been kissed thing is about Bye, I guess.
So the Gollum guy was turned off just when he was about to tell you something. So the last thing he said was, see, right in the middle of... Right in the middle. Middle could be from Middle Kingdom, which is another name for China.
Well, this was utterly pointless.
Really? I don't think so.
Please, explain.
Well, maybe he was trying to say that this game is like the Chinese room. In other words...
Sigma! Phi! There you are! I've been looking all over for you!
What's going on?
Bad. Something really bad!
Okay, so who's dead? Oh, come on,
Alice.
split.
Alice is... Just come with me! She's in the crew quarters!
Well, this strikes me as probably a bad ending, but we'll soon find out. Yeah, what? No, this isn't real. Wait a second. Oh, yeah. All I could hear were Zero's words echoing in my ears. Your heart stops, your bracelet comes off. If you've never been in turbulence, it's hard to explain. You feel the sudden, alien weightlessness of a long fall, and for just a moment you're painfully aware of the fact that you are thousands of feet above the earth, in a flimsy machine made by fallible men, kept aloft by a scientific principle that nobody actually understands. If you've never seen a friend dead, it's hard to explain, but it's a little like that. I knelt down beside Alice's body and pressed a shaking hand to her throat. No pulse. Her skin had already turned pale. Well, the bracelet's off. The thing in front of me looked like a human being, but it wasn't being a human any longer. Why had this happened? I knelt there for several long moments, staring blankly ahead. My throat burned and my chest was tight, but I forced myself to take 3 progressively calmer breaths, then stood. I clenched my fist, took one last breath, and turned. Who found her first?
Me. I was looking for Quark on floor B and couldn't find him. So I came back here and, well, you know the rest. Hey, what's that look supposed to mean? You better not be thinking I did it.
Well, suspicion often falls on the first to discover a crime.
Fuck that. She'd already been murdered when I got...
How do you know she was murdered?
What? Come on, it's obvious. She's got a knife sticking out of her chest. Does that look like an accident or a suicide to you?
How do you know the weapon was a knife?
What?
All you can see from here is the handle. For all you know, it could have been an ice pick or some kind of tool.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't look at that and assume it's a knife? And it's not fair to suspect someone just because they happen to be the first one to find the body. If you want to be like that, then the last person to see Alice is the person you should be looking at.
Who was the last person to see her? I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead. Alice, why? This wasn't supposed to happen. You promised me we'd catch them together. Don't do this. I can't trust them anymore. It could have been any one of them. They killed you, Alice. I can't forgive them for that. I'm going to get revenge. I'll find out who killed you. And I'll...
Hey, Clover.
Shut up! Don't you talk to me! I'm sorry, Alice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. Before anyone could say anything, she turned and ran out of the room.
Wait! Clover, come back!
Tenmyoji took off in pursuit, and I made to follow when...
It's pointless. Even if you caught up to her, she'd never tell you anything. Think it through. There are two possibilities. Either Clover killed her, or she didn't. If the former is true, then I doubt she would confess. If the latter is true, then I imagine she'll be just as reticent. After all, Alice and Clover seem to know each other. In fact, they seem quite close. It seems safe to assume that Clover is currently very suspicious of all of us. I doubt she would open up to anyone right now.
You seem pretty calm. Did you do it?
Not again. Well, if you really want to suspect me, please, go ahead. I'm beginning to feel rather accustomed to it. I would ask you to consider my motive for killing Alice. Specifically, the fact that I have none.
But who does have a motive for killing Alice?
Well, yes, but none of us do. None of us have ever met Alice before, right? So why would we want to kill her?
You are correct, but only if the murder had a motive beyond, well, murder.
What do you mean?
Do you remember when we found the old woman? It seemed clear that her killer was Zero Senior, and that they were one of us. There is every reason to think the same person murdered Alice. Perhaps this person plans to kill us one by one. Perhaps the entire Nonary game is just window dressing. Perhaps the only reason we are here is so that Zero Senior can kill us at his leisure, in a world of his own creation.
Why would anyone do such a horrible thing?
Presumably, because they enjoy killing. Zero Senior seems to be rather disturbed.
Hold on a minute. That doesn't mean they're one of us. There could be a 10th person hiding out somewhere.
No.
Well, why not?
There's no way Zero Jr. wouldn't notice that. And if he did notice, I really don't think he'd just let something like that slide.
But isn't Zero Jr. just an AI without a body? What could he do?
Maybe. But Zero Senior has a body. You think they'd really just let a 10th unwanted participant just run around murdering people?
Well, what if the 10th person is Zero Senior?
Not possible. At least not so long as we assume Zero Jr.'s statement to be the truth. Do you remember? He made it quite clear that the real Zero was one of us.
Thought about what Kay had said. If the killer was Zero Senior, then who could be the killer? Dio? Luna? Kay, perhaps? Or maybe Clover? There was always Tenmyoji. Phi? No, it couldn't be Phi. I'd been with Phi the whole time, when we were looking for Quark. There's no way she could have slipped away to stab Alice in the chest. Wait a minute, there was one person I'd forgotten. Quark. It seemed like a bit of a stretch to think a kid could kill somebody of Alice's size, though. I mean, there were 5 real suspects. Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Where had Quark gone?
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
There's also, of course, the question of motive. Or, you know, in certain cases, is this character enough of an asshole for me to not consider motive when I'm going to consider accusing him? So, realistically, at this point, I would narrow that to Dio and Tenmyoji.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Apparently Zero doesn't feel like this is worth stopping the game for. A blunt but effective way to make the point.
What do you mean?
We should get to the warehouse. It seems clear he feels no compunction about killing us, should we disobey the rules. As such, I recommend we follow them.
The others filed out of the room. I turned to face Alice. Alice, I'll find out who did this to you. I promise. I felt my stomach settle back into its normal configuration, and the fire in my chest melted the icy hand from my spine. I stood up straight, gave Alice one last nod, and walked after the others, leaving my regrets lying on the cold floor.
Hey, look! 2 of the AB gates are closed already.
Probably Tenmyoji and Clover.
Wasn't he a pair? Doesn't Quark need to go with him?
As long as one person in each pair is there, it should be okay.
Just sharing their destiny, huh?
Pretty much.
That's good news for you, Sigma. After all, you're a pair, but, well, I'd rather not say.
Yeah, I know. Although, Sigma could have just taken her bracelet.
Good luck for you, huh, Luna?
What? I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if Alice was still alive, you'd have a hard time choosing Betray. She only had 1 BP left. If you'd picked Betray, you could have killed her. Of course, that's not really a problem now.
Stop that, Dio. I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be my opponent, and I trust him.
Really?
Now, this is interesting. If one of you guys picks Betray, we are gonna get a show.
Dio!
Ignore him. How do you and Phi plan to vote?
You even gotta ask? Ally, of course. Right, Phi?
I don't know about that. It's a difficult question.
What?
Well, if we choose Ally and Kay chooses the opposite, then he'll have 9 points. He can go through the number 9 door whenever he wants, but it's not as simple as just choosing Betray either. If Kay decides to ally for some reason, then you'd end up with 9 points.
So we should both choose Ally. Seems easy to me.
You're planning on betraying me as soon as you go through that door. It will be only the 2 of you. I've no doubt you could overpower Phi. If you...
Oh, give me a little credit. No one has more gentle points than me. You think someone of my stature would resort to violence? The nerve.
What?
This is just a thought, but why don't all of you promise to choose Betray? Then you wouldn't have to worry about anything. If you knew the other person was going to betray you, you'd have no choice but to do the same.
That seems pretty negative for you, Luna.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. We appreciate your suggestion and we'll take it into... But unfortunately, I don't think it's a very good idea. See, my goal is to beat this game.
But Phi...
Maybe that wasn't the best way to put it. When I say I want to beat it, I mean defeat it. Completely. I want to get us all out of here. We haven't beat the Nonary game until we're all out of this place. I guess we won't all be getting out anymore, though.
Oh.
Yeah. At any rate, all of us choosing Betray every time is hardly ideal.
Yeah, nobody gets any points.
We'd never escape.
Then what are you going to do?
Kay needs to choose Ally. It's the only way.
How will you make sure I do that? I have no guarantee that you'll choose Ally as well.
Would you do it if I could give you that guarantee?
Well, yes, I suppose.
You promise?
Yes.
Good. Let's do this. Dio!
Huh?
There's someone behind you.
What?
The moment Dio turned his head, Phi was off. With seemingly superhuman strength, she leapt through the air, across the room, and through the AB gate.
God damn it, Fi! Open this fucking door!
You know she can't do that. He pounded on the door, screaming, but it showed no signs of opening again.
Fuck.
He gave the door one last slam for good measure, then ran to the next open one.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner. Members of a pair cannot vote in separate rooms.
What? Why the fuck not? This is against the rules. How am I supposed to vote? This is bullshit.
I see. This is how Fi can guarantee her choice. Theo can't vote now, so the chance that Fi will choose Ally just went way up. I don't know. She was the whole... You know, she admittedly, Theo was probably the one who picked Betray before. But we don't know that for certain. After all, if you pick Ally and she betrays you, then...
9 points.
Exactly.
But don't you think Vi might be worried that Kay will break his promise? After all, if he can be pretty sure that Vi is going to choose Ally...
You needn't worry. Her plan is very clever. I will definitely choose Ally.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
We don't have much time left. Let's go.
Okay.
Right.
Sigma? You are going to choose Ally, right?
Of course. We both have 5 BP right now. Even if I did betray you, I'd only get 3 points. That's not enough to escape. But have to wait until the next round anyway.
Oh,
Make sense?
I see. Oh, nothing.
Huh?
Never mind. Anyway, you promised. You have to choose Ally.
Right. I will. It just simply doesn't make a lot of sense to not choose Ally. Given it seems like we will have to hit another set of rooms anyway. Ambidex game will now begin. Enter your vote. Please touch the start button. Once you've entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. Will not unlock again. Not open again until the polling period has finished.
Thirty seconds remain until polling closes.
Now, what am I going to do? Guess there isn't really any question. After all, I did promise Luna that I would pick Ally. But what if she was lying to me? Well, we
Ally regardless. I mean,
we have had her as a opponent before, and she chose Ally.
Sigma's going to be my opponent. And I trust him.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me not to pick Ally again.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Well, nobody's dead, so... Expected. I do wonder, though, if a dead person has a 9, is that That's not useful in the slightest.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Oh, that was annoying to look at.
Thank you, Sigma.
Wait. Oh, yeah, the numbers have updated. I don't think the colors have updated yet. No need to thank me. I just did what I'd promised I'd do.
It was.
Anyway, thank you too.
I also just did what I promised to do. Now we both have 7 BP. This is the home stretch.
Yes, it is. I hope we'll get to pair up in the next round, too.
Because I'll choose ally?
Yeah. You're an opponent I can trust. Also, I only just noticed that bird necklace she has on, the caged bird. I wonder what the deal with that is.
If we were partners, you could pick whatever you wanted then, couldn't you? I mean, you'd get 9 points either way.
Oh, hold on there. Why would I suddenly choose Betray? I've already chosen ally twice.
You're right.
Well, let's choose ally and get the hell out of here. Together. Sound good?
Okay.
Come on. Why you look so sad?
It's just, there's a part of me that just can't feel genuinely happy about that.
Oh, you mean Alice?
Yes,
Well, we still haven't found Quark either, huh?
that too.
Well, Quark's at BP is 9 now. Technically, he's 1. If he's alive.
Why did you do that? Why did you tell me all that stuff for? Were you just lying?
Well, Tenmyoji had no guarantee you weren't going to do Betray because he didn't know which one of the K and Clover team was the one that chose Betray last time.
No. Everything I told you was the truth. You have to trust me.
I did! Look where it got me! How could you do that? You're such a jerk! How could I betray you after that? And then you...
I'm sorry.
Are you Zero?
What?
Nah, Zero wouldn't be letting his BP get low. He would... Wow, I'm going to be making a case here for Sigma to be Zero, but I actually don't know the game. Sigma, or Zero would be pairing up with somebody who was fairly easy to predict. Like Luna, or, I mean actually like Clover, like K, theoretically. I mean, Dio I would assume would betray every time. Phi is rational, practical.
No, of course I'm not Zero.
Predictable, but not as friendly as the others.
Then how could you know all that? Where did you find out about that stuff?
I told you,
Don't lie to me!
I'm not lying.
Forget it. It was stupid to trust you. I mean, there's no way.
Clover, this isn't about me. I made a mistake. I got someone involved on all this when I shouldn't have.
You mean Quark?
No, he means the lady.
Yeah.
You did this to get Quark's BP up to 9?
Yes.
But you've only got 4 points.
I'm not important. The only thing that matters is that Quark gets out of this nightmare.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to look for Quark.
Hey, wait!
Tenmyoji didn't respond, just turned and walked off toward the magenta door. Clover started to follow, but pulled up short. Spun on her heel and headed off toward the cyan door instead.
What just happened? I thought Clover had said she didn't trust any of us anymore.
Yeah, I know. But then she chooses Ally. Tenmyoji must have said something to her before the last round started. But what? Come to think of it, didn't you choose Ally too?
Yes, I did. Fi put herself in a situation where choosing Betray would be unwise. If she had chosen Betray, Dio would have 9 BP now. I concluded that her desire to avoid that outcome would be stronger than her desire to protect herself with Betray, and so I voted accordingly.
That was her guarantee?
Oh.
Yes.
Then why didn't you choose Betray? You could be walking out of here with 9 points right now.
Because you promised, right?
Not so much.
Yes, that too, I suppose.
There was another reason?
What was it?
It's difficult to explain. I suppose you could say I felt a connection.
What do you mean by that?
When we were investigating the pantry together, I felt that Fi was somehow similar to me. Something in me said, don't betray her. You could call it intuition, I suppose.
Cut it out. Gut feelings are bullshit.
Fine.
Besides, you don't get to have a connection with me unless I give you permission. And I don't remember doing that. You're acting like we're pals or something. Kinda skeeves me out, to be honest.
What the hell, man? He did you a favor and now you're gonna give him shit for it?
You chose Ally too. Didn't you do that because you trusted him?
Not exactly. I just made him trust me. When we were in the pantry, I stuffed my face like an idiot. That got him to lower his guard.
What?
Did you really think that would be enough to convince him? I mean, if you were wrong, he could have escaped and left you behind.
Getting at?
Well, I'm just thinking maybe you felt some kind of connection to him too.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to feel a connection for a guy whose face I haven't even seen?
You tell me.
Shut up.
If we could change the subject, where did Dio go?
That's a good question.
Been here for the results.
Oh, I saw him leave. He checked the results and then left through the yellow door.
So where did he go? Suddenly the warehouse was filled with the groan and clang of metal doors grinding shut.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the 8B game as many times as you want.
As you need.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right. Remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Okay, but how does the opponent get determined on successive rounds? Oh yeah, what are your bracelets, guys? Looks like a magenta pair.
Me too. Looks like we're pairing up again. Better than getting stuck with Dio, I guess.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm a yellow pair. What about you, Luna?
I'm a solo, but I'm green. Yes.
Green? Hold on a minute. Weren't the colors for the first game red, green, and blue? We use those colors to open magenta, yellow, and cyan doors, right?
That's right.
Next round we had magenta, yellow, and cyan bracelets and opened the red, green, and blue doors, right? This time we've got magenta and yellow pairs, but also a green solo. What color doors are we supposed to open?
Well, we need to check the other bracelets before we make any decisions.
That means Dio, Tenmyoji, and Clover.
And Quark,
We'll need
and
to
Alice.
check Alice's bracelet too. Anyone could just pick it up now.
I will try and find the remaining people and their bracelets. Quark will be my first priority.
I'll come with you.
Very well.
I'll go check on Alice's bracelet.
And don't forget to, retrieve it. We'll likely need it to get through the chromatic doors.
Right. Sigma, can you come with me?
What? Oh, okay, let's go. Gonna have to see her again. Feel sick just thinking about it.
Decide on a time to meet up? Let's see. When do the doors open?
Still got quite a while.
An hour and 21 minutes.
Then let's take half of that. What do you say we all meet back here in 40 minutes?
Sounds good. And Luna stepped through the magenta door and out of the warehouse. Hey, you don't think Kay's the killer, do you?
Maybe.
Maybe. But if he is, then Luna's in danger.
Maybe.
Maybe. Damn it,
I
Fi.
don't want to talk. I didn't see you stopping her.
Well, yeah, but I just had this gut feeling that I could trust him.
Gut feeling, huh? Sure you're not the one who's feeling a connection to our armored friend? I mean, all that plating is pretty flattering to his figure.
That's not it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Have you considered that it might be Luna?
No, that's not possible. Because Luna didn't need a knife to kill Alice. When we played the last round, Alice's BP was 1. Luna was playing against the two of us. All she would have had to do was convince us to vote ally, and she could have killed Alice easily.
Just had to pick betray. But if she'd
Exactly.
done that, do you really think the rest of us would have let her get away with it? We'd probably have tied her up or locked her away or something. Besides, there's no way in hell Alice would have chosen ally. The only way to get an ally vote from your pair would have been to physically overpower Alice. Or trick her like I did with Dio.
So what? You're saying Luna's the killer?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the possibility exists. Even if she was, I don't think we'd need to worry about Kay's safety. He's got a full suit of armor.
Although, who has the plug?
I'm betting he's pretty hard to kill with all that on. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Let's go check Alice's bracelet.
It's gonna be gone. Like a lot of the things have had continuity from 999, so the bracelet is sure as shit gonna be gone. The question then comes, who has it? Clover. Hey, come on, don't run away.
Run away?
Sure looked like you were trying to get away from
I
us.
wasn't running away. Though, I just don't want to talk to you.
Isn't that pretty much the same thing? Look, running away isn't going to do you any good. Don't you want to find out who killed Alice? You're not going to be able to figure that out unless you talk to people.
Why not?
I already figured out who did it.
Who was it?
I can't tell you. You might be working with them. Both of you could be in on it.
Oh, come on, of course we're not.
There's no point. Doesn't matter what you tell her, she's never going to believe you. Just tell us one thing, Clover. How did you know who it was?
noticed something.
And what was that?
Alice figured it out too. Before she...
What was it?
Why don't you figure that out yourselves? Anyway, I gotta go.
Hey, wait, Clover. Okay, so what did Alice figure out? Oh, there she goes. Ah,
What's
shit.
wrong?
Forgot to ask Clover what color her bracelet's now.
Oh. Really? That's it? Calm down. She's a cyan pear.
You saw it?
Yeah. Snuck a peek at it when she ran by. And it looks like Alice's is a blue solo.
She reached down and casually picked Alice's bracelet up off the floor.
I'll hold on to this.
Yeah, good idea. I wonder what it was that Clover noticed.
You mean what Alice noticed? Were you even listening?
Fine, what did Alice notice? Vi didn't answer. Instead, she knelt down and began to examine Alice's body. What are you doing?
I'm investigating.
You see, this whole thing feels vaguely like it's set up for Red Dwarf. I can't hear Vi say I'm investigating without feeling like it's a reference to fucking cat. The damn British fucking robot earlier does not help that. What are you investigating?
What does it look like I'm investigating?
Well, you're investigating this, you're investigating that, just, general investigation.
I'm looking for any clues to what she figured out before she died. Huh. Found something already. Have a look.
I held something out. It was a handkerchief stained reddish brown. Is that blood?
Looks like it.
Depending upon how long it's been, that should be black, though.
It's darker than Alice's, so it's probably been on her since before she died.
If it's not hers, then whose blood is it? Quark's. Or that lady.
Maybe.
Do you think Alice
Who knows?
killed her?
She could have just found this somewhere for all we know.
And you think she figured out something from this handkerchief?
Can't say for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. So, time we moved on. We need to figure out what Tenmyoji and Dia's bracelets have changed to.
And we need to find Quark.
Yeah.
Well, let's take the blue door then. Should be able to get to the room Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover went to that
Sounds
way.
good.
It says Rec Room. This is the only door that's unlocked.
So this is where Tenmyoji...
I'm going to open it,
How many
alright?
times do I have to tell you? You don't need to keep asking permission.
Okay, okay. Well, there's a whole bunch of weapons in here. Is that a Zero the Third doll or plush or porcelain figurine? Tenmyoji. I'm guessing from your face that Quark is still missing.
No sign of him, huh?
Happy?
What?
I'm asking if you're happy Quark's still missing.
No. Of course not. Why would I be?
And then does it hurt? Are you so terrified about whether or not he's safe that it feels like someone's got your chest in a vice? I didn't think so. Quark's got 9 BP. If I find him first, I might make him escape. So it's better for you if I haven't found him yet.
Not necessarily. Because we don't know if we can get through the door with him still being missing.
Am I wrong?
Tenmyoji, what's going on here? Doesn't sound like you. I know you're worried about Quark.
And just what the hell do you know? He's all I've got left. If something happens to him,
Tenmyoji.
It's all my fault. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I never should have brought him here.
What? Did you say brought?
Yes. Zero made me an offer.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you and Quark were abducted like the rest of us.
You came here voluntarily?
Hey, answer me. What the hell is going on here?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets?
Why?
Huh?
Please, just do it.
Vi and I looked at one another. Neither of us knew what was going on, but there was no reason to refuse. We shrugged and did as we'd been told. And suddenly... In the blink of an eye, Tenmyoji had pulled some kind of can from his pocket and sprayed both our wrists with it. Hey, what the hell, man?
Calm down. It's not going to hurt you.
Is this some kind of chemical?
Yeah. I found it when I was searching this room.
He walked toward the door and flipped the light switch.
Good work. It's dark now.
Oh, it's luminol.
Show me your bracelets again.
That stuff you sprayed us with was luminol, wasn't it?
Yeah. How'd you figure that out?
I guessed when you turned off the light.
Isn't that the stuff they use on cop shows to find blood and other stuff?
Yeah.
Why did you spray us?
Just relax, okay?
See if we were the killer. One of us was the killer, I guess I should say.
That's all I needed to know. Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
How does that prove we're not Zero Senior?
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yep.
Someone mind explaining this one to me?
Well, you know as much as I do now. I was just making guesses based on what he was doing.
Hey, Tenmyoji.
Sorry, but I've got to go. I need to go look for Quark.
Basically, what I'm getting out of that is he's assuming based off the fact that neither of us were the one that killed Alice, that we're not Zero Senior. But there's not necessarily all that much indication that whoever killed Alice is 100% Zero Senior. No. I'm sorry, but I can't let that happen. You dropped a real bomb back there, and I'm not about to just ignore it. What did you mean when you said Zero made you an offer? Why are you here?
I can't tell you.
Why not? I don't really understand how. But you seem to have decided that neither of us is Zero Senior, right?
Yeah.
And why?
I can't tell you no matter who you are. Right now, we might as well assume Quark is a hostage. Zero Jr. seems to be aware of everything that goes on here. If I tell you, he'll know. And then God only knows what Zero Sr. will do. Please, I'm asking you, put yourself in my shoes.
We don't know enough to put ourselves in your shoes. The whole fucking point. Looked him in the eyes for the first time since we'd entered the room, and saw nothing but years of loneliness and regret. Before I could speak, he turned and left the room. Hey, can I ask you a question?
It won't do you any good. Whatever you want to know, I don't know anything about it.
No, it's not about what just happened.
Yeah? Then what is it? Oh, I see. You mean his bracelet, right? Chill, man. He's a red Solo. I had a look while he was talking.
No. It's a good thing Phi's observant, because Sigma sure as shit isn't. Good job. That wasn't what I wanted to ask either, though.
Well, what is it then?
When he sprayed us, you screamed, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure you did. Not quite so tough when you're scared, huh?
Up. We've got stuff to do. Get going. Move!
Man, Sigma's an ass at times. White doors.
It looks
This-
like another warehouse.
Guess there's one on this floor too, then. Makes sense. I guessed as much when I saw the map. Memento Mori. If the misspelled ninth lion ate the sun. But I suspect that's important.
Probably more graffiti. There was one on floor A, too, remember?
Yeah. So Sigma asked, what's that over there? Yeah, there was, but...
Never mind that. There's someone else here.
Is that Dio?
Looks like it. Let's go see what he's up to.
I really wish they'd actually modeled what the text on the bracelet was saying. So that an observant player could sit there and look at it and go, oh, okay, that's what it is. What are you doing here, Dio?
Nothing. I'm just going with the flow, you know? And seeing where life takes me.
You don't seem to have any interest in searching for Quark.
Why would I? Do we even know he's really missing? Maybe the little shit's just off having nap time somewhere. So I figure, let sleeping dogs lie, right? Or kids, in this case, I guess. If we wake him up, he might realize he's got enough BP to blow this popsicle stand and ditch us. That happens, it's all over. We'll be stuck in here for the rest of our lives. Which probably won't be that long.
The rest of our lives?
Yeah. Did I stutter? Or did you just forget? Zero Jr. told us, remember?
The number 9 door only opens once. Once that happens, it's all over. It looks for 5 seconds, so if you're not careful, you could get stuck.
Close for good, huh? I have to admit, I'd kind of forgotten that detail, but if Zero Jr. had been telling the truth, we wouldn't be able to get out until we died. Well, we wouldn't be able to get out at all. Hell, even that might not be enough. Maybe they'd just leave our corpses here to rot. Stomach did a little flip.
So, what are you guys here for? Did you bring Phi here so I can kill her?
What?
Ah, really? You already forgotten your little stunt earlier? We're damn lucky Kay chose ally. If he hadn't, you'd be hanging from that crane right now.
Sounds like you're getting a little desperate. Word of advice, Dio. That's not a smart attitude to have here. All you'll do is make sure that whoever plays against you in the AB game won't pick ally.
You talk as if I give a fuck. I already know I won't be up against you two.
Why not? Oh, because he's also a pair.
Kay and I are the yellow pair. You guys are the magenta pair, right? Two pairs can't go through the same chromatic door. Simple enough for you.
How do you know our colors?
Kay told me. He was here a while ago. Speaking of which, Tenmyoji and Clover were here too. Guess everybody misses my... Anyway, that's how I know what everyone's colors are.
Was Kay by himself?
Yeah.
What What about Luna?
Luna? Haven't seen her. Anyway, Kay and I won't be pairing with you two. We'll be taking the blue solo.
That's Alice's bracelet. How did you know that?
Oh, come on. Really that thick? Look at the doors in front of you. These are the next chromatic doors.
The next color's white?
Bingo. See that thing next to the door there? Looks familiar, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, it does.
I get it. You and Kay are both yellow. You can get yellow by adding red and green together. If you add blue to that,
becomes white.
Exactly.
Get magenta by adding red and blue together, and adding green to that gives you white. That means Fine Eye would need to pair up with the green solo, which is Luna.
right.
Means the other three wouldn't be in the same team as before. Tenmyoji, Clover, and Quark. You know that Tenmyoji's a red solo and Clover is a cyan pair, so...
One left is the other cyan pair. So we can assume that's what Quark is.
Could there be any other combinations?
There's only one option this time.
So something interesting here is I assume we're looking at the other side of the room because there's two cyan doors instead of the white doors.
All we gotta do now is wait for these white doors to open.
We've only got 5 minutes left before it's time to meet up with everybody else. We should get back to floor A.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stay here. Moving around so much is a pain in the ass.
Nobody invited you. Come on, Fi.
Right. On my way.
But yeah, if it's not the hole, we were looking at the other side. That's just a screw up on somebody's part. Not a huge deal either way, though. Why are we stopping by the lounge? Or is it that's just what room we're going through? Something up? Why'd you just stop?
You see that clock over there? The one that looks like the sun?
Indeed.
It reminded me of something we saw earlier.
What do you mean?
Remember the graffiti on floor B? You remember what it said?
Memento Mori? Right?
Do you know what that means?
Remember you will die. Latin for something like be aware of death or remember death. I think it's usually used to mean we're all going to die someday, so don't forget about your own mortality.
What about the other part?
Well, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. If the ninth lion ate the sun. I mean, yeah, it's kinda nonsense, but... Oh, I get it. That's what the clock made you think of, huh? The sun in that sentence.
Did you notice anything strange about that graffiti?
Apart from the fact that it made no sense? Not really.
Wrong answer.
Well, I mean, ninth is 9th in that case.
You're not the eagle eye I thought you were. I guess I have to do everything.
Yeah, I mean, it does help when somebody who's not the player character is doing things.
Part of it was spelled wrong. Specifically, they spelled ninth wrong. It should be Ninth. But the graffiti had Nineth.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. They just put an extra E in there.
Exactly.
Kind of a bonehead mistake. I think it was like a kid who wrote
It
it.
wasn't a mistake at all. Maybe
Not following.
Zero put that E in there on purpose.
The 9th.
Maybe because he didn't have enough letters otherwise.
Ah.
Anyway, if Zero wrote that graffiti, then it's got to be significant.
Remember death if the ninth lion ate the sun. Huh.
Shit. Hey, it's already 2 minutes past.
Yep.
We should get moving.
Fi, you're really good at making us late. I'm not just saying that because we don't have any meaningful control over Sigma during these sections. I am partially saying it because I'm an asshole. Just to clarify. No one else is here. Have they already left? Kay and Luna aren't here.
Astute observation.
What should we do?
What should we do?
All we can do is wait.
We don't want to end up missing each other by accident.
Yeah, guess you got a point. Hey, where are you going?
Just want to check something really quick.
Check what?
The last time we saw Alice alive, she was right here. Remember? She was kneeling down, looking at something on the ground.
Yeah, what do you think that she was looking at?
Find something?
Yeah, isn't this blood?
Nice work there, Sigma.
I don't need you to pat me on the back. Makes me feel stupid or something.
The truth hurts.
Thank you, Fi.
So, blood, huh? Oh my god.
I suddenly looked up at the ceiling, followed her gaze, and found myself looking up at a metal crane. It was the kind you might see in a shipyard, the sort that moves along a metal track and has a claw to grab and lift cargo containers. What's the deal with the crane? What? Damn, gone again. Stop running around. Just tell me what you found. Oh yeah? And what, pray tell, was that?
Same thing Clover and Alice noticed.
That's... Can't you just tell me?
Look at the number 6 AB room. The side that's facing the wall has blood on it. What's the first thing you think of when you hear blood?
Damn it, Sigma.
Yeah. This whole thing kind of sucks, right? Come on! This is no time to be screwing around. I'm talking about this thing. The handkerchief Alice had. There's some blood on it that we assume belonged to the old lady. Consider this for a moment. Let's say this thing was on the floor next to the rightmost AB room. We'll assume that the blood on the side facing the wall came from this handkerchief. Okay, then what?
Alice was looking at the handkerchief.
Right. What do you think was going through her mind?
Why is there a blood-stained handkerchief here? Or something along those lines.
And?
Did this belong to the old woman? Must have.
And?
But if it did, then who put it here? Wait, maybe someone just dropped it, or they could have thrown it here.
You're almost
more?
there.
How long has this handkerchief been here? Something like that?
Yes, so how long do you think it was here?
Imagine it wasn't there from the start.
Wait, when's the start?
You know, when we started. When you and I escaped from the AB room through the hatch on the roof. First thing we did after we got out and met everyone except for Clover and Kay was go look at the number 9 door. Spent a lot of time examining the AB rooms, too. Yeah, and I know we looked at this from this exact angle. Pretty sure there wasn't any handkerchief then. It wasn't. Wait.
Huh. Finally figured it out, huh?
Interesting. No way. The AB room moved?
Yeah.
Was it that crane?
Probably. They moved the rightmost one all the way to the left. So, what was in the leftmost AB room?
The body of the old woman.
And who was trapped in there when the nonary game started?
Well, it would have been the AB room on the right at first, so... Luna. For the third time, Phi walked off without saying anything. My body felt like lead, but I forced myself to follow her. She stopped in front of the graffiti that began, "To Milkmen."
What do you think this is?
Well, I thought it was just paint from the graffiti at first, but I'm guessing you don't think so. Is that more of the old woman's blood?
Seems like it.
So Luna would have killed her here and then taken her to the rightmost AB room. After that, she would have moved the room with the body in it so no one would suspect her. That would mean the first person to get out was Luna, not Alice. But what about that handkerchief?
This thing? Here, look. You see this line? It's possible that line is from whatever the weapon was, which means this might have been wrapped around whatever was used to kill the old woman. So maybe Luna wrapped the weapon with this handkerchief, and then threw it between the rightmost room and the one next to it. Then when the room was moved, it came out.
That means Alice picked up the weapon along with the handkerchief.
Seems pretty likely. This is all just speculation, understand? There are a whole lot of things we still don't know.
Yeah, it's a mystery, alright. For example, why would Luna leave the AB room, murder the old woman, and carry the body back and hide it in the same room? I guess it's possible she just wanted to hide the body. Still don't have any idea why she would have wanted to kill her in the first place. It's also worth noting that Zero Jr. seems to have let all this slide. He's supposed to be making sure the game goes according to plan, but so far there have been 2 murders and he hasn't done anything about either of them. Do you think that means Luna's Zero Sr.? Even if she was, though, I'm not sure why she killed the old woman. Possible she was some kind of intruder who wasn't supposed to be here, but... if Luna's Zero Sr., couldn't she have found a better place to hide the body? She'd have access to the entire facility. That's not all either. Let's say Luna moved the AB room to divert suspicion away from herself. If that's the case, why'd she leave the handkerchief and weapon there? She had to have known they'd be discovered after she moved the room. Besides, when and how did she operate that crane? Luna was with us since we first got out of the AB rooms all the way until we found the old lady's body. Yumi and her went through the magenta door and investigated the lounge. Then we went down to floor B together and came back to the warehouse. By then, the room must have been moved. Of course. Why didn't I see that sooner? Luna has an alibi. She couldn't have moved the AB room. We're her alibi.
Interesting. I have to admit, you've got a point.
Wait, what? You didn't even put up a fight.
You're going to make me repeat myself. I never said Luna was the killer. Still, I have a feeling Alice thought she was, which would mean that Clover probably does too.
Oh. You mean that stuff she said about what she noticed? Which would explain why one of, well, nobody's here. Hey, Phi. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this. We were supposed to meet the others 20 minutes ago, but there's no one here.
Right.
Sigma. Phi. There you are. I'm sorry.
Hey.
I have some bad news. Luna is dead. She's in room 2 in the crew quarters, the same room where Alice was murdered.
This was the third time I'd touched a body and felt cold skin. I thought it might get easier, but it only gotten worse. Didn't think I'd ever get used to it, but I didn't want to. My hands began to shake, and I tried to steady them as I pressed a pair of fingers to her neck to check for a pulse. Nothing, of course. Luna was dead. Her eyes were flat and empty, pupils dilated in what could have been terror. It felt surreal. Like I might blink, and she would sit up again. She would smile and blush and look away nervously, and everything would be alright. I blinked. She lay there, still, dead, and pale.
And I trust him.
Grief cracked open like an egg, and rage clambered out, hot and angry and screaming. Clawed at the inside of my chest, and pounded the back of my eyes. I squeezed them shut and ground my teeth, my hands balled into fists, so tight they hurt. Took a deep breath and opened my eyes again. Another breath. I stood up and realized Kay was talking.
I believe she was poisoned. See here. This device is some sort of syringe.
I think it's called an injection gun. You can just put whatever you want in one of those vials and then pull the trigger. It's kind of like the needles in these bracelets.
The drug they used is the same as well. The label on the vial says tubocurarine.
The muscle relaxant.
Yes. Since it's empty, I can only assume Luna was injected with it. You see the mark on her neck. I believe it is safe to assume that is where her attacker injected the drug. Perhaps they chose the neck for the carotid artery.
Then your guess is probably correct. Luna was injected with tubocurarine, and it killed her.
What about the others?
Should I go get them?
No, never mind. I want to get your story first.
What do you mean?
When you left us, you and Luna went off together, right?
Yes.
But when you talked to Dio downstairs, he said he'd only seen you, not Luna. Why is that?
Luna and I split up as soon as we got to floor B. We determined it would be more efficient. Two of us working separately could cover more ground in less time.
Alright, so why were you late?
What?
You didn't show up till 20 minutes past the time we were supposed to meet. Sigma's asking you what you were doing.
I was resuscitating.
Resuscitating?
Let me explain how I found her. I had gone to the warehouse 5 minutes before our meeting time. You had yet to show up, as had Luna. I believe I was standing between the yellow and cyan doors. Some minutes later, I heard it came from behind the cyan door and sounded like a woman's scream. Well, it was actually quite faint. It was several doors away, after all. And as such, I couldn't quite make out what was being said, or even if I had heard it at all. It seemed entirely possible that I'd imagined it. I heard no other sounds for a few minutes following the scream. Eventually, the silence made me uncomfortable. Perhaps something had happened. So, I made my way to the crew quarters. As I entered the hallway, I noticed that the door to room 2 was slightly ajar. That was when I first suspected something was amiss. You can imagine the rest, I'm sure. I ran into the room and found Luna on the floor.
So you're saying you spent a good 20 minutes trying to resuscitate her? Yeah, honestly, that's actually fully believable.
Yes, I deduced that she had been injected with tubocurarine. Her heart had stopped, so I attempted CPR.
Well, once the heart stopped, you're pretty much fucked. The actual heart stopping, there's even the paddles don't do shit. What the paddles are supposed to do is once if the heart is irregular, it tries to set it back to a regular beat.
To the best of my abilities, at least. With this mask, I was obviously unable to provide artificial respiration.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because I had no reason to believe you would be in the warehouse. If you weren't, I would have wasted precious time. I chose instead to begin resuscitation immediately. As you know, even a short time without oxygen can cause serious brain damage. I felt time was of the essence. But...
Hey, how much time passed between when you heard the scream and when you came in here and found her?
I'm afraid I can't say exactly. But I would hazard a guess that it was around 3 minutes.
Did you see the killer?
No, I did not.
And they had 3 minutes to escape.
That would have been plenty of time. When you leave this room, immediately to your left is a door that connects to the hallway. I assume they left that way.
Is there any chance they hid in this room somewhere?
No. I examined the room thoroughly before I left to find you. May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Luna, but there was something I wanted to point out. Look at Alice. Do you notice anything?
The weapon.
It's gone.
Indeed. The wound suggests a knife, but I doubt we'll know now.
Then did the killer take it?
How would I know?
Maybe they took it before Luna was murdered.
Why are you asking me?
If they had it, why not use it to kill Luna?
Yeah, that would make sense. Sigma, if you were going to kill someone, which of these two methods would you use?
I wouldn't kill anyone.
This is hypothetical,
I would choose the injection gun.
right? Most people would choose that. The more you can divorce yourself from the actual killing, the easier it is to kill someone. There's a big difference between stabbing someone and injecting them with poison.
So you're saying they took the knife before they killed her?
No. I don't know either way. They could have taken it afterwards. There's no way for us to know.
Could they have done that in 3 minutes before Kay got here? Definitely.
It's not impossible. 3 minutes is longer than you think. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I don't know when they took the knife or whatever it was. We came here to get Alice's bracelet, and then Kay came by later. There was probably about a 30-minute window. Anyone could have taken it. They might not even have been the same person who killed Luna. Or it could be. There really isn't any way to know. And if we don't know, we really shouldn't try and draw conclusions. That could color our reasoning, and that's not good. Conclusions without any evidence are useless, so just forget any conclusions you might have come up with. Save that brain space for something more useful. Well, I think that about covers it. We clear?
As mud.
Good. Anyway, we should tell the others.
About Luna, you mean?
Yeah.
We should go to the white doors then. Dio should still be there. Hopefully Tenmyoji and Clover will be there as well.
Yeah, good point. Once it's time to open that door, I'm sure they'll show up. Kay nodded and picked up Luna's bracelet.
Please, take this with you.
He held it out to me. Stared down at the bracelet. It felt wrong to just take it. Like we were just using and abandoning her.
Something the matter? You and Phi are the magenta pair. Without the green solo bracelet, you won't be able to open the secondary door.
I know. It's just...
Then...
He pressed the bracelet gently into my hand.
If you don't wish Luna's death to be meaningless, then you must survive. Or do you intend to die without catching her killer?
Right. Yes. I sighed and closed my hand around the cold metal.
Good.
Wait. Shit.
Did something happen?
No. Well, not yet. We might be looking at a worst-case scenario.
Excuse me?
God, what the hell is wrong with me? How did I miss this? I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's just... there was so much going on I wasn't thinking.
What is it, goddammit? What did you miss?
Quark.
Quark? Oh shit. Tenmyoji's a red solo. Clover's a cyan pair. Quark's the other cyan pair. If he's not with them, they can't get through the secondary door.
Exactly.
Oh dear, this is bad. And if they haven't gotten in by the time the primary door shuts, they'll be penalized if we haven't found Quark by then.
Time. How much time do we have? 4 minutes.
Let's just go to the warehouse on floor B. Perhaps Quark has already been...
Sure hope so. Let's move. And once we get to a point where I'm allowed to... Well, actually, I think I can probably save here. But I will instead use this to state that this is going to be it for me. Once I get the option to save. Or once I get the option to actually just have a normal text box on screen. And I will be back with more of this probably tomorrow. I don't think I want to finish up Demon King Chronicle quite yet tomorrow. I'll probably leave that for Monday, just because what I'm going to need to do is going to take a bit of time.
Chromatic doors have opened.
Thank you for watching. And like I said, that's it for this time.